Greetings, this is Kevin Jefferson on Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 with Trade Theory for the week. And we're starting with the Bitcoin chart here. So last week I had an area of interest right around this area, the 108, 123 area. And I stated that if price closed below there, then we would start evaluating for possible downward trending moves. And so I'm looking at that and I set, based on that premise, a possible pullback point from this downward move of roughly 115,937 and some change. May not make it that far, but you can go to the lower time frames to evaluate how far to go. But that's the maybe the max pullback point that we should be looking for. And if price retreats to that area or retests that area or somewhere in here, gives us an entry opportunity on the lower time frames by confirming a downward move, then we're looking to take a sell here. And our stop loss is back above the previous high, roughly a little bit more than that actually, roughly 126, 286.14. And then our downside target is the first target we're looking for is about 104.03559. So looking for price to get down from 111 to 104, and that could be over the next week or so, maybe week to 10 days. So just be mindful of that. But price is looking like it wants to be bearish for Bitcoin, and so we'd be looking for sales on Bitcoin currently. Okay, moving over to WTI crude. This WTI crude has treated us very well as it relates to selling into the markets or shorting crude over the last several months. And so based on where I see price now, I expect a potential pullback or reset at around the 62,147 area, 62.15. And we'll watch for that. And if price gets there, then we'll assess for our downside further targets, or if price is turning around and giving us an upward trending signal, then we'll address that as well. But right now, all I want to do is see price pull back to give me some more options as far as if I want to short it some more, or if I want to evaluate and see if price is going to turn around. So what this means in the real context of things is that oil prices have been dropping steadily over the last several weeks. And this means that probably in the next 2 weeks or so, 2 to 12 weeks, I'm sorry, 2 to 12 weeks, the next 10 to 15 days or so, that price may be rising. And so gas prices may be going back up for the next couple of weeks. So we'll just watch for that. And then we're going to move on to gold. All right. So gold has finally shown a little bit of weakness, and it's been a while, but it's coming down. And so as you can see, prices continue to move away from the mean. This is what's called an exponential moving average. Price has been trending heavily up above that area, and mathematically price has to pull back. Now, it doesn't mean that gold is just going to completely all of a sudden collapse, but I am looking for a pullback to roughly the 4,039.02 area. So we're looking for gold to maybe drop by $100 an ounce or so in the next day or two, and then we'll assess to see if price is falling or if it's just resetting from an uptrend. And then we're going to move and wrap up with the three indices. So this is the Dow Jones, the US 30, and we had a pullback point set here. If you go to previous videos, you can see that price has trended higher, and so now I'm looking for price to actually pull back one more time. 45,793.12 is an area that of interest that I would think price may pull back to. And then we're going to watch to see what happens at that point. That may be the setup for another buy, or depending on how far it goes, if price closes and breaks below the 45,522 area, then we'd be looking for a possible pullback and a sell. So we're going to wait for price to give us some indications of its behavior before we take any trades now, because the markets are moving up continuously. Okay, and so now we're going to go to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, similar situation, pullback point, looking at roughly what we have there, roughly 24,032.6. So about 1,000 points we're looking for to pull off the market. And then we'll do the same assessment to see if it's a pullback from an upward trend or if price is going to break below here, the 24,008, and give us a sell opportunity in the coming 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, now the S&P 500, wrapping up with that, similar setup, price pullback here. We had the pullback, and that was a buy opportunity, at least back up into this area. But right now, we're waiting for price to pull back down to roughly the 65.3228 area. So about 500 points drop off over the coming week or two, and then we'll assess to see what that looks like, if that's a continuation or a trend reversal pattern. So those are what we can expect in the markets over the coming days. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. And until next time, enjoy the day. Happy trading.